Hello, my dear friends. How are you doing? Hope you are having an amazing day. Ready for new stories I have for you today? Let's go to the first one, about OP's sister-in-law, who is furious OP wore a white dress for her birthday because it was only 2 weeks before sister-in-law's wedding. Buckle up, as it's a long one. And of course, listen to the end of the story to find out all the details, and of course to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. Thursday was my 40th birthday. I usually don't celebrate birthdays. My husband just makes me dinner and gives me a present. And then my mom invites me for breakfast and gives me a present from the whole family. But when I turned 20 and 30, I had a bigger party, and now too. I invited immediate family and my closest friends. The party was yesterday, and it was a great day. I'm so hungover now. I noticed that brother-in-law, husband's brother, and his fiancée were a bit standoffish, but my soon-to-be sister-in-law is always standoffish with me, so nothing new. Today my husband woke up to a long text message berating us because I wore a white dress. They're getting married in 2 weeks, and I should have known better. To be honest, I swear on my grandma's grave that I didn't think about any of this. Sister-in-law thinks that I always wear inappropriate clothes that draws attention to me, so now she's demanding to see what I will be wearing at her wedding. I asked if they're asking everyone. No, just me. I said then I refuse. Now they say I'm an a-hole for wearing white, and then for refusing to show the dress I'm wearing to the wedding, threatening to disinvite my husband and I. My husband is conflicted. I don't know. I think I'd rather have my husband go alone than being treated like a child. Am I the a-hole for wearing white to my party? And am I the a-hole for refusing to show my dress for the wedding? She is a self-absorbed nut and is making everything about her. It's OP's birthday 2 weeks before their wedding. Nothing to do with them. They're being ridiculous. But for husband's sake, because this is his brother and his family and his drama, and he has to deal with the fallout, I would send a picture of the wedding outfit. Sometimes you have to play a role of a fool to a fool, the fool who thinks they're fooling you. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Beginning ad says, "Not the a-hole, your sister-in-law is crazy." A study in Violet says, "Everyone knows you can't wear white for 3 months leading up to any wedding, you monster." Not the a-hole. Active Elderberry 13 says, "Even if you were wearing a wedding dress on your own birthday party, you'd never be the a-hole. Why would your birthday party even be about your brother-in-law and sister-in-law? You're definitely not the a-hole. I think some screws fell loose in those petty brains of your brother-in-law and sister-in-law to even care about this." Update. I just want to make it clear that the only one I care about right now is my husband and his feelings, because somehow I felt that he is in the middle of the crossfire right now. So I talked to him and apologized for my pettiness. He was surprised and said that I had nothing to apologize for. Requesting to only approve of my dress out of the 270 guests is insulting and disrespectful. You don't do that to family. So I told him that maybe I shouldn't go to the wedding after all. Sister-in-law never liked me anyway, and I'm sure I'm only invited because she can't not. She'd be happy if I didn't attend. The whole thing felt like she was finding an excuse to disinvite me. My husband then can go and be there for his brother. Everybody wins. My husband called my brother-in-law to tell him that I couldn't come, and he will be attending by himself. Brother-in-law said, "Okay, cool. Problem solved, right?" No. Future sister-in-law texted me saying that I needed to show her the dress, and refusing to show her means that she is right, and I have chosen something inappropriate and trashy. I texted back, "Oh, I thought you've spoken to your fiancé. I won't be attending." She texted an hour later, "Yes, I have spoken to my fiancé. If you remember from yesterday, none of you are welcome if you don't show me the dress. So if you still refuse, neither you nor my husband's name can attend." I talked to my husband now, and he literally had no words. He said to stop texting future sister-in-law and that he will fix this. So I'm staying the hell out of this. Update 2. Okay, yesterday was the wedding. Sister-in-law was still adamant that I show her my dress if either my husband and I would attend, even though I told her that I wasn't going. Brother-in-law told my husband that he was being a jerk, not giving his wife, a bride, what she wanted, which was a simple request, no matter how silly you think she's being, and should have been the bigger person and not engaged in this petty business, is what brother-in-law told my husband. My husband said that he didn't want to go to the wedding either. Sister-in-law still texted me and demanded I send her the pictures, even though we were officially uninvited now. She called me attention W. My other sister-in-law, that is the sister of my husband and brother-in-law, heard all of this. She went through with her plan even if I begged her to just ignore it. My husband told me to stay out of it since it's none of our business anymore. But she went through with her plans. She told the other women who were invited what happened, and to dress in short dresses, and even some showed up in white. I think it was so easy to pull because none of my husband's family liked sister-in-law or brother-in-law for that matter. Sister-in-law spent the wedding angry and crying, and at times refused to leave the restroom, demanding her husband to kick out his sister amongst others. The sister and a few others left before dinner was served. Brother-in-law and sister-in-law got toasters from at least 50 of the couples they invited. I've also found out that at my birthday, my husband surprised me with a designer bag and a trip to Milano that we're taking at the end of this month. Sister-in-law thought that it was a direct insult to her because she loves Italy, and her husband refused to plan a honeymoon since the wedding would cost him a fortune and he couldn't afford a honeymoon too. So she thought I stole her honeymoon. Mother-in-law called me demanding that I should fix what I ruined by giving my birthday gifts to sister-in-law. Mother-in-law offered to pay for name change on the reservations. My husband was livid hearing this because he's planned this out for months. Now sister-in-law is saying I have ruined her wedding by being in cahoots with my other sister-in-law and the rest of her family. I intentionally had a big party to ruin her wedding party. I wore white so I would look like the main character in the pictures, and I stole her honeymoon dream. I wasn't. I even begged other sister-in-law to forget this whole thing and not to make more drama on sister-in-law's wedding. But here we are. I've blocked sister-in-law and brother-in-law because I don't want any more problems. My best friend Alex, male 26, and I, female 26, have been inseparable since we were 5 years old. When we were 13, we tried dating. We got married in college, and a few years later, we had a daughter, Yasmin, female 3. Nevertheless, circumstances turned out that 2 years ago, we decided to break up. But after a while, when we were convinced that we had no feelings for each other, we resumed platonic communication. I'm in a stable relationship with another person now, but Alex is still my best friend. I mean, he literally saved me from my aggressive family. We don't feel attracted to each other, but we've been through a lot together, and we'll never stop being family to each other. I immediately warned my new partner that Alex was actively involved in my life and Yasmin's, and he had the right to leave if he knew he would be jealous. Recently, Alex also had a girlfriend, female 23. Her name is Molly. Molly was made aware of our friendship and deliberately decided to put up with it. Everything was going well until Christmas came. My partner and I were flying to another country, and Yasmin was supposed to stay for the holidays with Alex and his parents. When I took my daughter to their house, Molly was there. Alex's mom gave me a present. It was an expensive gadget for my hobby, which I had long dreamed of. I noticed that Molly was upset, but I didn't think much of it. When I returned from my trip, Alex said that we needed to talk. He told me that Molly was very upset that his mom had given me a special gift, but hadn't even given her a postcard. In fact, his parents just didn't know she was coming. She's supposedly mad at me because I, being an ex, am taking away her place in his family. I decided to talk to Molly personally and apologize. I told her that I understand that few people can be in a relationship like this without being jealous or worried. So I'm not mad at her, but she was warned at the very beginning. She said that yes, it was true, but she didn't think that the presence of Yasmin or me would be noticeable in literally all areas of life. And she would like me to distance myself from Alex a little so that he would stop giving me so much importance. I told her that this would not happen. We ended up having a bit of a fight, and I told her that if my partner had forced me to choose between him and Alex, I would have chosen Alex, and I know that he would do the same. Well, Molly now thinks I want them to break up and tells everyone who's willing to listen about it. Alex thinks we're both being silly and being dramatic. I'm not mad at Molly because I understand how unnerving this situation can be, but I'm not ready to flush 21 years of strong friendship down the toilet in order to make her feel better. I swear to God, I'm not interested in Alex. I literally got a proposal 3 days ago. But maybe I said too much to her, and I should have been softer and more accommodating, especially considering the situation with the gift was really ugly. Am I the a-hole? I wonder how OP's boyfriend would react if he heard OP was ready to get rid of him in a second. I personally wouldn't want to be in the relationship with OP knowing that. Trying to tell your ex's other half that you are more important than them just sounds jealous. If OP really was more important than her, she would still be together with him. Don't you think so, guys? I think mother-in-law is also in the wrong here by stirring all the drama. She should have given a gift to her son's new girlfriend as well, and not only to OP. It sounds like mother-in-law is on OP's side, and did what she did to be passive-aggressive. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Primary Criticism 929 says, I'm going with everyone sucks here. Molly because she's angry at the wrong person. You for not seeing that this is always going to be an issue, with Molly or another, because of Alex's behavior. Alex, for one, not telling his parents he was bringing his girlfriend for Christmas. And two, because he's not acting like an adult in this. Sounds to me like he's enjoying the fact that two women are fighting over him, and he's not planning on setting boundaries with anybody. Welcome to the joys of blended families with a jerk in the middle. Alternative Boat says, you're the a-hole. Take this from someone whose best mate is also an ex and has been for over a decade. Do not get in the middle of their relationship issues. This is not your circus anymore. If she has an issue with the dynamic between you two or with his family, it is for your mate to solve with her. Stay way out of it. One day he is going to have a long-term partner and probably more kids. Don't think that you can be with the guy and stay his most meaningful relationship. You will have to learn to respect and play nice with whoever he chooses eventually. So get in the practice. Cleverish Generic says, you're the a-hole. Honestly, this whole post gives me icks. You and your ex sound like selfish jerks who delight in your not like other exes status. I, male 23, have a girlfriend, female 22. I love my girlfriend more than anyone else, and I do see both of us marrying one day and having one big happy family. It all started back on Christmas of 2023, where my girlfriend invited me to celebrate Christmas with her family. I've met my girlfriend's family back then once only, when she introduced me to them 5 months ago when we got together. My girlfriend was very family-oriented, and she has this big chaotic family who lives on the same roof, and she was still supporting them financially up until now. I'm very happy because her family welcomed me with all their heart on Christmas Eve. I bring a few gifts for her parents and siblings except on her cousins and other relatives who live on the same roof of her family, because I don't really find it necessary buying them gifts. Exchanges of gifts started, and as I expected, I only receive a gift from my girlfriend since her family doesn't really know me that much. After opening my gift, I also give my presents to my girlfriend, which makes everyone very excited, since it was the only one that was wrapped in an elegant-looking box. I know that my girlfriend had been having a hard time financially because of her big family, and she also has been manifesting all the time that she wants to buy the new iPhone every time we walk past the Apple Store. I saw my girlfriend's eyes shine bright when she opens my gift and sees the latest iPhone I bought for her. Everyone claps due to happiness as she hugs me while being thankful. While she was trying to inspect the phone, she looks around her family and stands up. We all look at her as she walks to the little cousin and put my gift to her cousin's lap. I was so shocked and my heart sank. She then said to her cousin that, I know you also been dreaming to have your first phone, and for now, I don't think that I need it as of now more than you do. So I want to give this one to you. I think I can save money to buy myself one someday. She said that with all smile on her faces and looks to me as she walks back to her seat beside me. Everyone was so happy. I was so speechless on what she did, and for some reason, I feel disrespected as her boyfriend. I've never met anyone who gifted to somebody the gift that they received from their partner. The latest iPhone model is very expensive, and I save up money just so I can make her happy. If I had known that she was just going to give it to her little cousin, then I would have just bought the cheaper one. She then asks me if I was okay. I look at her straight and then said, Are you serious? You really meant to give it to her? The phone that I bought for you? Her smile faded away, so as all the people inside the house. At that moment, I couldn't control myself anymore, that I started packing up my belongings and snatched the phone and the box out of her little cousin's hand. Everyone gasps as I walk out the door. I just know that it's already the end of our relationship, because there is no way that her family will ever accept me again as part of them, due to what I did. She followed me outside and tapped the windshield of my car to get my attention. I rolled down the window to hear any explanation or apologies from her, but instead, I received a slap, and she keeps calling me out for what I did, saying that I was very rude and immature to take away a gift from a little kid. I feel gaslighted during the argument that I started feeling bad towards what I did. I just told her that I'm ending our relationship and drove away. I received many hurtful messages from her family, and I just blocked all of them except my girlfriend, who hasn't contacted me since. Am I the a-hole? Wow, that's just so rude. It's good OP said what he thought of her behavior and didn't just leave it like that. She had to know what she did was extremely disrespectful. I think OP dodged a bullet here. WearyCan157 says, "Not the a-hole. Regifting something to someone else is disrespectful. Doing it right after receiving the gift is even more disrespectful. Doing it in front of you is insane." She doesn't seem grateful at all and completely ignores the time and effort it took you to get her a gift like this. I assume she's somewhat aware of your financial situation and knows you had to save up. Her slapping you should make you not forgive her, even if she comes to her senses and apologizes. She thinks it's okay to physically hurt you when she's mad at you, when she doesn't even have the right to be mad. That's not something that's gonna change. You did the right thing by taking the gift back and leaving. If I were you, I wouldn't consider ever getting back together with her. Visual Lobster says, "Not the a-hole. She should have given the cousin her old phone instead. I couldn't imagine looking at a gift and then passing it on to someone else right in front of the person who gave it to me in the first place. You've dodged a bullet. She obviously cares more about her family than your feelings." Snoo Recipes says, "Not the a-hole. What a crappy thing she did. You got a gift in seeing her real self before you married her. She has to deal with the issue with the kid. It was her fault."